you have worked in the foreign policy sphere yourself. I know that you were a senior policy advisor to Ambassador Nikki Haley when she was at the UN. One thing that's come out a lot in recent days has been the rhetoric from Donald Trump, from Joe Biden. Let's start with Joe Biden and the White House and the U.S. administration's response. Has that been in line with, what you know to be sort of the U.S. foreign policy?
Yeah, I think broadly so. One of the great things about American foreign policy as it relates to Israel is it's not sort of privy to the whims of different leaders the way some other foreign policy is. We really do, as America, have a strong and robust commitment to the people of Israel, to the state of Israel. And so we're seeing a lot of consistency, at least in terms of making sure that we're giving Israel what it needs to accomplish its mission, as well as, protecting and defending the people of Israel. I think where you see some differences is, of course, as you say, in rhetoric. You see a lot from the Biden administration emphasizing giving Israel what it needs. A lot of the rhetoric from the Trump side is more about focusing on Iran, for example. But by and large, the policy itself is, I think, relatively consistent between the two.
Donald Trump, obviously has faced a big backlash because of, among other things, calling, I believe, Hezbollah, which is not currently involved in this conflict, very smart. How would you be framing that, either yourself or the coalition?
Sure. Well, I think it's really important that we, I think what Donald Trump was sort of insinuating was that the manner in which this was done, in this case by Hamas, not by Hezbollah, was obviously premeditated. It was obviously thought through. And frankly, as much as it pains me to say it was very successful. I mean, they slaughtered 1,300 people, which is precisely what their goals were. I certainly would not have used the term smart. We've seen President Trump use this before when he's talked about Putin and so on. Frankly, my honest assessment of him is he's not saying it as a means of praising Hamas. We know that he has been very strong in support of Israel. I think he's just using the term smart as a sort of catch-all for describing, what the action that was done is. And I don't think he meant it in any sense as praise. That said, I wouldn't use those terms. I would just call them terrorists.